made it, man. How you doing?
How's it going?
How's it going? How's everything?
Good. Good to see you.
What's up?
How's it going?
You better be knowing I'm not an amateur.
How you doing?
What's your name?
My friend over there, Gimme, is the golf cart.
His best club is his pencil.
They're on to something.
By 5 or more goes down to 24.
I'm Jimmy Russo. I'm a retired NYPD sergeant. I did 22 years in NYPD. I live in Brooklyn, grew up in Brooklyn, and I've been golfing on and off for about 23 years.
My story is not very different than Jim's. My name is Brian Curley. I'm a retired NYPD detective. Been out here playing the local courses in New York my whole life, and now that I'm retired, I get to play them an awful lot more than I used to. This is Marine Park Golf Course, is the southernmost part of Brooklyn. You would never know you're actually in the city of New York being out here at Marine Park Golf Course. You just never know it. It's a world into itself. It's a great break from being a New Yorker. You're in Manhattan, it's just chaos, it's hectic, it's craziness. In Brooklyn, you gotta be tough, you gotta put on facades. Out here, you just get to curse, be yourself, hit the club on the ground and say, oh shucks, whatever. And to me, like I said, I'm retired. This has changed my life around. My stress level's gone down 1,000 times. So it's to me, it's just a welcome respite from that. And you can see the World Trade Center right behind me. This is how far we are. It's great. We're still in New York City. It is an insane life force. And no other city in the world can compare to it. Like, nobody understands what New York is all about until you've seen it and feel it. It's got a pulse. I get to see both parts, the good side and the bad side. As a cop, I saw the bad side. As a golfer here in Marine Park, I see the good side. So I've gotten to see it all. It's something you really got to experience and feel for yourself.
I would say diversity. That if I have to put it one word, the most diverse place in the world. We can go anywhere in the world. I live here in Brooklyn. Brooklyn, we call it center of the universe. Me being a police officer in New York City and growing up in New York City was definitely, I was 2 steps in front of everyone.
I belong to a very special unit, so we plain clothes unit. I got to dress like this actually. I was in the gun trafficking unit for the NYPD. It was very cool, very dangerous, but very cool. But being a cop was a really special thing for me, it really was, especially being a 9/11 first responder. I'm really glad that I was on the force then, where I was able to make a difference.
Day to day, I worked all over the police department. We did uniform, obviously, like everybody else. We worked in the streets. And then I was promoted to a first line supervisor, which is a sergeant. And I was in the transit police for about 1.5 years, so we worked all Manhattan subways. We can go on stories and stories. There are so many stories, from, I would say the hardest part of being a police officer is not the good guy, bad guy situation. It's dealing with, the emotional stuff every day. We try to put everything behind us and just move on. Is that the right way to cope with it? Maybe, maybe not. It can be complicated. 9/11, obviously, we were both first responders for 9/11. I switched shifts with a colleague so I could play golf that morning. I was in my car with my golf clubs ready to play, and 9/11 happened. I ran home, took my 2 daughters out of school, and we went to work and didn't come home for like 3 or 4 days.
The reason why I customize it right now, Vice was offering free personalization on the ball when I ordered a box of them. I says, you know what, this would be a good way to commemorate my fellow law enforcement officers, because there's a lot of grief with the whole law enforcement community right now. And I says, if someone's gonna find my lost ball, which happens once in a blue moon, it's gonna say NYPD on it, and it's representing the NYPD and what they do. It's a pat on the back to my brothers and sisters on the force, and I really appreciate the work that they still do now, and I loved it when I was doing it. So it's really just a thank you and a little positive support for them. It's just so less stressful than life.
You come out here for 4 hours, you have to really concentrate on golf, and the rest of the world, nothing matters at that point. And you always meet great people. I don't think I've played golf with somebody I didn't like, you know. Out there, you meet a lot of people.
And you never know who you're going to be playing with.
You never know. Yeah, absolutely. The first time I was introduced to Vice, found a Vice ball, I picked it up and I was like, what is this?
And everyone's kept comparing it to the Pro V1s and all of this. It's like going to a steakhouse, everyone compares it to Peter Luger's. So I said the ball's got to be pretty good.
And I hit the ball, and it must have been the best round I had, and I've been with Vice ever since. But I absolutely fell in love with the ball from the beginning. I can't stress it enough. I have friends that whatever they find on the side of the road or say in the woods, they play with. I'm like, you just can't do that. At our skill level, the ball is so valuable. And back to cost, you know.
Pro Plus gives me the yardage to confidently get over this water that I wouldn't get with a Pinnacle or a Top Flight.
What does everybody do that plays a Pro V1? They love their Pro V1. All they do is brag about the Pro V1. When they come to this hole, they put it in their pocket, they go to their bag and get a shag bag because they don't want to lose it in the water. If they're that confident with the ball, why don't they want to lose it in the water? Our Vice ball, very confident. Maybe the 1 out of 10 shots I hit it in the water. Guess what? I didn't lose $4. All right, so this is the Bay Ridge Humidor. This is in the Bay Ridge section of Brooklyn. This cigar shop in here, it's a local mom and pop shop or brick and mortar. It brings in all walks of life. This is I would say middle class, blue collar neighborhood. And again, if you're talking about Bay Ridge, well, this community was rocked by 9/11, like other communities, but this one primarily. There's so many people we lost in this community, you know, and it affects everyone. So this flag here represents, it's the blue line. This is for law enforcement, primarily police officers. Since this is a really good community and there's all walks of life that come in here, a lot of police officers come here, myself included, so they do put out a flag and they honor the police officers in the area. And this blue flag, this blue line is there. Barbecues out here a lot most of the year. Always something going on, some food. Angelo is just a wonderful person. He'll feed the entire neighborhood. It's really, really a great community.
You gotta get this little fucking ball in this little hole 360 fucking yards away.
That's the whole thing.